the vastness of space, a new era has dawned, an era defined by a bitter conflict known as the Bloody Valentine War. This story isn't just about gigantic robots and space battles, it's about the human heart, about what tears us apart and what brings us together. Our tale begins with Kira Yamato, a kind-hearted, tech-savvy student living in the neutral space colony Heliopolis. Kira's life is upturned when the colony is attacked by ZAFT, a military organization composed of genetically enhanced humans known as coordinators. These coordinators are at war with the Earth Alliance, whose forces are mostly naturals, unmodified humans. The reason for this war? Ideology, fear, and a desperate scramble for resources. Amid the chaos, Kira stumbles upon a secret Earth Alliance project, the development of powerful mobile suits called Gundams. In a twist of fate, Kira, a coordinator himself, finds himself piloting the Strike Gundam to protect his friends in the colony. The battle rages on, and Kira faces off against Athranzala, his childhood friend, now a ZAFT soldier. The irony is bitter and painful, friends torn apart by a war they didn't start. Kira struggles with his identity, torn between his pacifist ideals and the harsh realities of war. He's not just fighting Athran, he's fighting his inner demons, his doubts about what's right and wrong in a world turned upside down by conflict. As the story unfolds, we meet other pivotal characters. There's Lucas Klein, a famous singer and daughter of a high-ranking ZAFT official. Despite her delicate appearance, Lucas possesses a strong will and a deep understanding of the war's complexities. She becomes a symbol of hope and a voice for peace in a time of turmoil. On the other side, there's Flay Ulster, a natural whose life is shattered by the war. Her journey is one of pain, hate, and ultimately, a search for redemption. Flay and Kira's paths cross, and their relationship adds another layer to the intricate tapestry of the series. As Kira and his friends find themselves deeper in the conflict, the lines between right and wrong blur. The Earth Alliance, while fighting for the naturals, is not free from corruption and moral ambiguity. ZAFT, despite its claims of fighting for coordinator rights, also harbors darker elements within. The war escalates, and with it, the stakes. Kira's skills as a pilot grow, but so does the burden on his shoulders. He becomes a symbol, a beacon for those fighting for a cause they believe in, yet he remains a teenager, grappling with the weight of lives lost and the cost of each battle. The war has become more than a clash of ideologies, it's a mirror reflecting the best and worst of humanity. Kira must decide what he stands for, who he wants to be in a world where the lines between friend and foe are constantly shifting. Kira's journey becomes even more challenging as he confronts the realities of war. The battlefield is merciless, and every decision he makes carries the weight of life and death. Kira's talent as a pilot makes him a valuable asset, but it also puts him in the crosshairs of both friends and foes. His struggle with his identity as a coordinator and his desire for peace in a war-torn world becomes more intense. Meanwhile, the Earth Alliance and ZAFT are locked in a relentless struggle for supremacy. The war brings out the best and worst in people, highlighting the heroes and villains on both sides. But Kira learns that the world isn't black and white. There are shades of gray everywhere, and people who seem villainous often have their own tragic stories. As the series progresses, we delve deeper into the pasts of other characters. Athranzala, Kira's childhood friend and now enemy, is revealed to be a complex character, torn between duty and his own beliefs. His loyalty to ZAFT is unwavering, but his encounters with Kira and others start to sow seeds of doubt in his mind about the war. The narrative also explores the broader political and social landscape. The conflict between naturals and coordinators is more than just a military struggle, it's a clash of ideologies, a fight over evolution and what it means to be human. The series doesn't shy away from exploring these themes, making the story not just about battles, but about the human condition. Lucas Klein's role becomes more significant as she starts to actively work towards ending the war. Her influence extends beyond her music, she becomes a political figure, embodying the hope for peace. Her relationship with Kira evolves, adding another layer of complexity to the story. Through Lucas, the series explores themes of leadership, sacrifice, and the power of a single voice to inspire change. The series also doesn't forget the smaller, personal stories amidst the grand narrative. The pain of loss, the joy of friendship, and the complexities of love and hate are all explored through the lives of the characters. These human stories provide a poignant contrast to the epic scale of the war. As Kira continues to fight, he becomes more disillusioned with the senselessness of the conflict. His encounters with soldiers and civilians from both sides make him question the very nature of war. The series does an excellent job of showing the impact of war on individuals, making the conflict personal and relatable. The tension reaches a climax as Kira and his friends find themselves in the middle of a decisive battle. This battle is not just a clash of forces, it's the culmination of all the personal struggles, ideologies, and relationships that have been building throughout the series. Kira, now more experienced and battle-hardened, is forced to make choices that will not only determine the outcome of the war but also define who he is as a person. The weight of these choices is immense, and the series masterfully portrays the internal conflict Kira faces. As the battle rages on, the lines between friend and foe become even more blurred. Kira finds himself facing Athrun once again. But this time the encounter is different. There's a mutual understanding, a realization that they are both pawns in a larger game. This encounter is a turning point, not just for Kira and Athrun, but for the war itself. The battle intensifies, pushing Kira and Athrun to their limits. Amidst the chaos, a moment of clarity emerges. They realize that their fight is not with each other but with the cycle of hatred and revenge that fuels the war. This revelation marks a turning point in the series, where personal relationships begin to overshadow political allegiances. In the background, political intrigue and power struggles within both the Earth Alliance and ZAFT add layers of complexity to the war. Leaders on both sides are shown to have their own agendas, often at odds with the wishes of their people. This political backdrop serves to highlight the senselessness of the war and the need for a new path towards peace. As the series nears its climax, Kira's role as a mediator between coordinators and naturals becomes more prominent. He starts to embody the hope for a future where both can coexist peacefully. His actions inspire others, leading to unlikely alliances and shifts in the war's dynamics. Locus Klein's influence also grows as she becomes a rallying point for those seeking peace. Her relationship with Kira strengthens, and together they become a symbol of the potential for unity and understanding between coordinators and naturals. The final episodes of the series are a whirlwind of action, emotion, and revelation. Characters are pushed to their emotional limits, and long-held secrets are revealed, adding depth to the story and its characters. The series does an excellent job of tying together the various plot threads, delivering a satisfying conclusion to the intricate narrative. In the end, the war reaches a dramatic conclusion. It's not just a victory for one side but a realization that the real enemy is the cycle of hatred and conflict itself. Kira and his friends play a crucial role in bringing about this realization, showing that change is possible when individuals dare to challenge the status quo. The series concludes with a sense of hope for the future. The characters, who have grown and evolved throughout the series, are left to rebuild their lives in a world forever changed by war. The final scenes are poignant, leaving a lasting impression of the cost of war and the enduring power of human resilience and compassion. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed is more than a story about giant robots and space battles. It's a tale of human struggle, of the pain and beauty of growing up in a world torn apart by conflict. It's a story about the power of understanding and forgiveness, and the endless potential for change when people choose hope over despair. This concludes our journey through the remarkable world of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. A series that not only entertains but also invites us to reflect on the world we live in and the choices we make. Hope you loved today's video. Leave a like if you want such amazing anime recommendations.